Chapter 18. The Moon Shines. When Sena arrived at his parents' house, a car which didn't belong to anyone in his house was parked out front. But Sena knew the car. Maybe it came from Masaki village? He figured. Sena took the Kai special to the barn. It was Sena's most beloved belonging. For a moment he thought of taking it into outer space, but he decided to leave it on Earth for now. He wanted to prove that the Earth was his home. Well, see you again some other time, he said to it and closed the barn door. Fuku knew it too, Mia. Just like Sena, she wished the bike goodbye. I'll get back on as soon as I come back to Earth again. While stroking Fuku, Sena went home. Welcome home, Oni-chan, Fuku-chan. Instantly, Yoshiko came over and took Fuku away. Yoshiko, that car, did it come from Masaki village? Yeah, Aunt Tsukiko and an interesting guest came here to arrange for tomorrow's pickup. I'm sad you're going so soon, brother. Fuku-chan, I wanted to get to see you some more. I'm sorry, I didn't think that I would have to go back so soon. I'm not going anywhere else for a while, so please have fun with Fuku. Yay! She looked at Sena. Hey, if you're not doing anything, we should play together too. Well, but... Mia. Fuku appealed to Sena. Okay, but nothing too intense. Yay! I'll go get something, wait here. Yoshiko quickly went up to her room. Ahahaha. Oni-chan, your luck is so bad. Yoshiko rolled around happily and left. They were playing Old Maid and Sena had lost every round. He always lost every round. No matter how carefully he shuffled or cut the cards, he always got a losing hand. Fuku was even more surprised. She made a cry indicating that she wanted to play too. The cause was that Fuku learned all the small scratches on the backside of the cards. She won every round and Yoshiko became bored quickly and started stacking the cards in a pyramid. Maya. Fuku jumped right into it. Mia. Mia. The pyramid collapsed and Fuku asked her to make it again. Oh, sure thing. Yoshiko started to stack cards again. However, it was difficult as Fuku was impatient. Oh, wait a moment. Yoshiko got up and went out of the living room. And a few minutes later, came back with a big cardboard box. What's wrong? There were a lot of dominoes in the cardboard box. We used these for our opening celebration event. Yoshiko started arranging dominoes in a familiar style. Yoshiko arranged as many as 100 dominoes. Fuku, try it out. Mia? Look, this way. Yoshiko took Fuku and hit the stack with her foot, making a cascade. Mia. Fuku looked happy. Mia. Mia. Oh, or I can build a building. Yoshiko quickly made a 4-storied tower. Mia. Fuku immediately jumped into it to break it down. Mia. 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 I know, I'll make a big city of them. Yoshiko began to build. I'm home. Around 7 p.m., Kariko came back. I'm sorry I took so long. I'm starving, what about you? Kariko looked into the living room to find a breathtaking view. A miniature city made of dominoes occupied nearly half of the living room. It felt like the miniature set of a giant monster movie. Maya. The monster appeared and destroyed a small building. It was Fukuzilla. Haha, wow. Kariko said. Mia. Mia. While destroying the city, she headed towards a huge building in the back of the city. Finally, Fukuzilla reached the huge building and stepped on it trying to knock it down. Yeah. However, it seemed that the huge building was reinforced considerably, and not even a punch from her could knock it down. Frustrated, she started punching away at it. Mayan. Slowly it gave way and crumbled with a loud noise. It became a mountain of rubble and the monster Fukuzilla got on top of the mountain of rubble and roared. Mia. Yay! Good job! Kariko applauded and looked at the big domino city Neju, Sena, and Yoshiko had made. You should this clean up, I'll go make us dinner real quick. That was fun, big brother, Yoshiko told Sena. Mia. Fuku climbed up Sena's shoulder. Yeah, Fuku-chan really enjoyed it too. Neju watched the sight of the two of them happily. Sena, Neju, and Yoshiko began cleaning up the dominoes. Kyoko came in and helped them. I'll help you too. An unfamiliar young woman began to help clean up. Huh. Seina continued tidying while studying her unusual appearance and behavior. Oh, Seina, have you met her before? Seina was pulled in front of the woman by his mother. This is one of Ringo's subordinates who has been helping her down at the store. Nice to meet you, baby. My name is Nene Krin. I'm Yamada Seina. Nice to meet you. Seina put his face close to Nene. Maybe? Are you by any chance a WoW? What? Why do you ask? So you're after all. Even camouflaged as a human, there was something slightly off about her from the difference in shape that was immediately apparent to those who were familiar with WoW. She sniffed him. Baby, you smell. Ahaha. Kyoko burst out laughing. Sorry, I'll take a bath later. No. Go now. Please go immediately. No, but I will not let you avoid it. Let's go. Quickly. Nene will clean you thoroughly. Help. Mia? Nene picked up Seina and dragged him to the bathroom. Fuku followed as Kyoko laughed on the floor. Wait a moment. Stop it. Other people are in there. Seina, who was taken to the changing room, noticed the clothes and underwear there and resisted desperately as Nene tried to strip him. However, he failed. Of course, the others in the bathroom heard him scream. Those currently in the bathroom were Hakurin, Suerin, Sakiko, and Ringo. Oh no, that sounds like Nene and Seina. Ringo, familiar with Nene's habits, instantly understood what was going on in the changing room. Hakurin and Suerin got up to seize her at the door. Hakurin tried to seize Nene when she entered the bathroom, but instead grabbed onto Seina. That really only succeeded in making him as hard as someone who had seen Medusa. She fell over in embarrassment. Everyone else stared bewildered and embarrassed. Nene took Seina into the bath and began washing him. Once they all got out, Seina was too embarrassed to look at Ringo. Ringo couldn't look at him, Sakiko either. The same was true of Hakurin, who was stuttering and talking slowly. Suerin remained silent, but sometimes looked embarrassed. She had been there the whole time and seen everything, but no one noticed. In addition, Amain, Jayakirin, Kariko, Ryoko, and Karen had heard what was going on in the bathroom and had stopped to listen on the other side, were also embarrassed, which really stagnated the air around Hokuto's toast as the farewell dinner party began. The dishes lined up on the table were all prototypes made for the shop, except for the rice and miso soup. Let's look at what was going on in the girls' minds. Ringo was embarrassed. Oh my. Maybe being his wife wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. As for Tsukiko, Kisa-sama. You stupid idiot. Even though I made up my mind to be Seina's aunt the other day, she had doubts about whether she made the right decision. Kisa-sama. Damn you. What she saw had totally ruined her perception of Seina from the past. In the case of Hakurin. God damn it. I want to have Seina-sama's baby already. In the case of Suerin. Seina-sama. So cute. For a main. I wonder who I should ask about what went on in there. It sounded very interesting. In the case of Jayakirin. Damn. In the case of Karen. Seina-sama. Oh, why can't I get it out of my mind? Quit picturing it. Damn you, stupid brain. She kept spontaneously blushing, then getting embarrassed. In case of Kariko. I will kill her. In the case of Ryoko. I guess I'm going to have to keep Kariko-san from killing someone. I hate when she gets like this. Ryoko felt Kariko's unrestrained killing instinct. She felt like the sober friend who had to keep the belligerent drunk friend from getting in trouble. In the case of Neju. Is everyone okay? They're all acting weird. Adults are weird. Neju, whose physical age was immature, felt no sexual desire yet. In case of Fuku, Mia, she had enjoyed her bath and felt nice and clean. Incidentally, Hokuto didn't notice anything about the situation and Kyoko found it interesting. Cheers. Hokuto filled their mugs with beer. Cheers. 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 Each of them raised their voices to get away from their own thoughts. About an hour later. Well, I'm stuffed. Yoshiko hugged her stomach and hugged Fuku and left to go into the living room with Neju. Hokuto stood up with a mug and came next to Seina. Seina, why don't we go outside and have a man-to-man talk? What? It's your last night here. I think it's a good opportunity to talk. Seina and Hokuto went out to the garden and laid out a tatami mat and placed sake and juice on a big tray there. Tonight's full moon sure is beautiful. Hokuto and Seina sat and drank beer and juice. I always envisioned having a beer with my son. But it might be better if you don't drink alcohol even though you can once you become an adult. Yeah, I think so too. Drinking alcohol dulled judgment and body reactions. It could be a deadly combination for the unlucky Seina. Well, either way, it's nice to be able to speak to you as an adult. So, is school fun? Hokuto asked. Oh, yeah, it's fun. Everyone accepts me, Seina said a bit sourly as a bit of rip at the people in the city and his family. I'm sorry, but it's not like anyone here really ever knew how to handle it. Yeah, it was a bit weird getting used to everyone being okay with it. I bet. But I'm glad. It's really nice to have people who accept me despite it. But I understand those who don't. Hokuto looked back into the house. If you hadn't gotten into kindergarten and hadn't met the Masaki village people, who knows what our family would be like right now? Seina shuddered at the thought. I remember when you were first born, your mother thought that you were some kind of punishment from God for her committing some idol sin. She was always blaming herself. I don't ever remember her seeming that way. Of course, on the surface she and Yoshiko always laughed to hide their pain. I'll never forget when you came back from kindergarten and you were so happy you made friends for the first time. When Sakiko-san introduced herself to us, Kyoko finally smiled, and I knew everything would be okay, Hokuto said. Your mother never cried in public. But in that moment, she was so relieved that she cried and cried and cried. She was so happy that you had finally made a friend. Seina listened to Hokuto's words silently. He always knew there were hardships his family faced, but it was the first time he realized the reality of it. From then on things became much more comfortable, but she was still exhausted, and it nearly reached its peak when they tried to keep you from entering high school. So, you were just happy to reduce the burden on her for a bit. He didn't think of it maliciously, on the contrary, he thought it was natural. Well, I was ready to look after you for a lifetime if we had to, but the difficulty of looking after you is hard to handle alone. Luckily, the Masakis have always been so kind and helpful. I think it worked out for the best. The business has gone well, and now it's flourishing, even with me back here. I don't care about the shop. If we had to lose it to accommodate you being here, I would be happy to do so. I don't want you to think you're worth less than the shop to us. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. However, things seem to be going much better for you out there than we ever expected. I was really surprised when I first saw Maine. And then I saw all the others and how different you seem from when you left. You have a lot more confidence. Well, I don't quite understand it myself, but... Oh, and Seina. Your mother was worried you'd never find anyone, but now that she's seen all these wonderful girls you have, she's ecstatic. They definitely perk me up too. I can't believe it. Who would have thought you'd ever have such hotties as girlfriends? Who's your favorite? The serious atmosphere of the conversation crumbled. Hotties? What are you talking about? Those girls are just assisting me. It's rude to think about them that way. Really, they don't seem like they would be angry about that. Well, maybe, but still. Seina looked embarrassed. Well, no matter what, at least you have possibilities for the future. There's no need to hurry. You have plenty of time. Yeah, that's true, Seina said. He looked up at the moon in the night sky again and sighed. The moon had been a symbol of despair, absolutely out of reach, but now Seina had possibilities and even hopes in the space beyond it, and tomorrow he was heading back out into that world.